Before we get to the video, check out my Patreon linked in the description of this video, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content such as sneak peeks at projects like upcoming videos, dioramas, stop motions, photography. You'll get a shout out in videos like this one. I also take video requests. You can see behind the scenes of my stop motions in toy photography, as well as exclusive stop motions in photography. Again, you get all these perks on my Patreon for $5 a month. Link to join in the description of this video. Now let's get to it. Okay, thank you for clicking on this video, guys. As you could tell by the title, we have some more in-hand reviews and images and screenshots from Toys R Us here on YouTube, who has dropped a slew of reviews over the last day or so on upcoming 2026 Transformers product that should be releasing in the next few months. So, first up, without further ado, let's get right down to it. So we have Timeline's Samurai Megatron in hand. And this guy looks cool, man. I mean, the only thing that I could really kind of nitpick on is that the colors are a bit too samey in terms of the placement and how unique his design is. I really hope they start delving into more wacky 2000s, early 2010s, 90s energy of different color schemes for characters. But other than that, the design just looks great. The arm cannon is sick. The boar mode is it just oozes Megatron, but for an animal mode. It is so cool with the cannon on top like that, and the head sculpt for the boar mode is just menacing. It's a really sick design, and it looks like the articulations are going to be pretty good. The sculpt looks pretty solid. Something about these two packs kind of gives me a bit of a Cyberverse aesthetic, but kind of more Generations-like, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm really digging how this Megatron looks. Then we have Leader Class Big Convoy from Toys R Us here, and seeing it compared next to the original mold from 1999, it's smaller, and I'm pretty sure that figure was a Voyager class back in the day, if you could believe it. So, I mean, that figure was like $20-25, and you're paying $60 for a Leader Class Big Convoy, and he's not even the same size as the original. That's kind of crazy. I'm just saying, it's a little wacky here, what's going on. And, you know, my own personal opinions continue to shift on this mold towards, I just don't really like this too much. I mean, it's cool if you're somebody that doesn't feel like tracking down the original mold that was re-released in 2019 in more cartoon-accurate color scheme. That figure is still fantastic till this day. I mean, frankly, it looks better than the new one coming out. The new one just looks a bit too pudgy. Some of those unique details and sculpt is kind of just lost in that modern day sort of pudgified design that they do with a lot of these Chug figures. So I just don't really think it looks that good compared to the original. I just think the details on the original Voyager class are so much more rich and just pronounced. So yeah, I continue to just not really care for this update of Big Convoy. I'm sticking with the original release, and yeah, you know, it's a decent figure, but you know, when you see it next to the original, it's kind of like night and day to me. And then there's in-hand images of BRAWL. You know, BRAWL, he looks cool. I have seen some people pointing out that this guy is like a $45 Voyager class, and he doesn't have wrist swivel, which, yeah, that is pretty crazy to say the least. I don't know what went on with him not having wrist swivel or whatever, but yeah, that seems a bit too deluxe class to me. I mean, if I didn't know he was a Voyager class, I'm just being honest with you guys, I would have assumed that this guy was a deluxe. I'm just being completely honest. As good as BRAWL looks, I mean, I don't really see anything that screams Voyager class on this guy. Even next to Vortex, he's not really too much bigger than Vortex. You know, he just looks like a deluxe class with maybe a few extra pieces of sculpted detail. I really don't know what went into the Voyager class budget on BRAWL. You know, as good as he looks, it just doesn't seem like a $50 Voyager class to me. I'm just being real, guys. And you compare him next to... Did he compare him next to the Combiner Wars Deluxe here? Yeah, he did. They're the exact same height, basically. The new Age of the Primes one is just slightly bigger in terms of his mass, but height-wise, they're basically eye to eye almost. And yeah, I mean, that was like a $15 deluxe back in 2015, 2016, and you're getting an almost $50 Voyager class now, 10 years later. Can you guys believe that? The rate of price increases and inflation is greater from 2015 to 2025, to me at least. I haven't done the exact math, but that's what it seems like compared to like 2005 to 2015. It seems pretty crazy. Like, just looking at this, the Combine Awards Brawl being $15 in this figure now being after tax and shipping almost $50, or basically 50, being $43. This is crazy. It's getting to a point where this is like absolutely wild, to say the least. So yeah, I'm definitely not getting this Brawl. You know, I've seen people saying, "Oh, he looks great. He looks amazing." He does look great. I'm not denying he doesn't look good, but just the price and what you're getting here, especially when it's compared to, a deluxe class Vortex and a deluxe class Brawl from 2015 that was $15. It's insanity to me. I just can't wrap my head around that. And then he also did a review on the mid deluxe known as Sure Shot, which I'm still baffled till this day, a few months later, that he has visible mushroom pegs showing on his crotch for the joints, the universal joints for his hips. I don't know what to make of that. That is like the cheapest thing ever. That is something you would see on like a $10 Scout class figure from 2012. I don't know, man. This is crazy. I mean, the prices just keep going up, and you're just getting less for your money's worth, man. And I am never going to stop pointing that out, because it needs to be. You got a lot of people in the fandom who just accept it and say, "Oh, it's because of inflation. Cut Hasbro some slack." Yeah, I'm gonna cut the multi-billion-dollar corporation some slack when they're firing people out of the blue, or whatever went on last year, and they're raising prices and basically kind of at the same time using the tariffs as an excuse to raise prices and lower the quality. I don't know for sure, but that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm just speculating here, but Hasbro, they're doing whatever they can to nickel and dime people, even their own workers. It seems like. Again, I don't know for sure, but that's what it seems like over the years. And yeah, Hasbro is just tripping, man. He did reviews on Blastoff and Quintus Prime. Quintus Prime seems to be one of the more standout figures from Wave 1 of 2026. I'm definitely excited to see that figure in my own personal hands. I do plan on getting this because it does seem decent for the $30 price tag, so I will probably pick that up. But Blastoff, again, I don't really care about this version of the character and this design that they chose for him, so I'm going to be sitting this one out, for $30. I just don't really care to spend that kind of money. I'd rather put that towards some fire, older Hasbro figures, or some different Hasbro figures that are coming out next year, like the Armada Voyager Sideways I'm really excited about, or even putting that $30 towards some third-party figures that I really want, So yeah, very mixed bunch of figures that Toys R Us here reviewed. Some of them are good, like the Megatron and the Quintus Prime and Brawl, and then some of them are just not that great to me, like Sure Shot and Big Convoy. But I really appreciate him doing these reviews and TFW getting these screenshots here, because these are really interesting for these new figures to take a look at. But let me know down below, guys, how do you feel about these new figures that are coming out next year? And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.